Welcome back to Cruise1st TV, and I have news on an already busy exclusive cruise with Royal Caribbean for next October. Hundreds of you are already taking advantage of the chance to once again sail the Indy Transatlantic as Royal Caribbean's Independence of the Seas finishes a season of no-fly cruises in and out of Southampton from next May to October, and our cruise is her repositioning cruise for her winter holiday out in the Caribbean. Now, our offer for this cruise and stay is exclusive to us here at Cruise1st. It's 18 nights all told and starts on the 16th of October next year. Now, it's a cruise out flyback offer, so if you're flying back to Manchester, Birmingham or Glasgow, we'll lay on a coach transfer for free to get you down to the start of the cruise in Southampton, which I think is really handy and helpful, because it is one of those holidays that starts in one place and ends in another. So actually we've kind of, we've squared the circle, so to speak. And we're talking luxury coach travel as well. If you drive up and down the motorways of this great nation of ours, you'll quite often see the big Eavesway coaches with the Cruise1st logo on the back of them. They're clean, they're comfortable, it's nice padded seats, it's not your old shaky bone shaker of yesteryear, it's not a carry-on film, it's a luxury journey to get you down to the ship in Southampton. And the great thing is, you put your cases on the coach. Next time you see them, they're at your stateroom on Independence of the Sea. So even that's taken care of for you as well. The porterage, I believe they call it in higher circles. Anyway, here is our wonderful ship for the cruise. It's Independence of the Seas. It's Royal Caribbean. This is your chance over more cruise than you would normally get, because this is a repositioning cruise, so you've got more sea days, you've got more ship time, which is amazing. A really good thing, because this is one where you can just completely unwind, relax and just enjoy everything on the ship. If you have got the kids with you, if you have got multi-generations of the family with you, if you holiday normally with friends, the bigger group, the better. You'll have a great time, because everybody can go off and do their own things. You can see there's a number of very physical things that you can be part of on this ship. You can see there, you've got the wonderful boardwalk there. They do parades through the boardwalk. A lot of the bars and the restaurants and things like that are all off the boardwalk. It's amazing. The way these ships are configured is really just brilliant, because everything you need seems to be right where you need it to be, which I think is great. If you have and want to do activities that you get involved in, you've got the kids with you, maybe you've got some of the littlies with you. They've got a kids club where they'll look after the kids for you if you want to go out, and just have dinner for two or whatever. The kids have got their kids club, and they've got lots of different kids clubs for different age ranges as well. There's an example of some of the parades that go on. It's funny because obviously, there's quite a few people on this ship, and there are equally quite a few crew on board. And it's funny when you see the parades, people just come from everywhere onto the boardwalk as part of this parade, and you think, where did all of these people come from? Dining on these ships is brilliant. Really lovely atmosphere. These cruises are always very popular. If you've known Cruise1st for a long time, you know this is something that we have been doing over a number of years, is this repositioning cruise as Independence finishes a season here in Southampton and then picks up a season in the Caribbean. The cruise between the two gives you a much longer sail time, which is brilliant, but the value on it, because we've got an exclusive deal, is so good, and that's why hundreds of you are booked in there already. And in fact, once you take one of these cruises and realise its value for money, because you do get more time and more holiday out of it, and you are cruising out into the sun, of course, even though I can't promise a great day in Southampton on the 16th of October next year. In Southampton, it's probably going to be a grey day. In fact, I can almost guarantee it. But of course, as you cruise over the Atlantic, the weather's getting better and better. And we're not going straight over the Atlantic, so it's not one big sail. We've got other places along the way as well. 2 weeks of cruising actually. So first day at sea, and then we go to the north of Spain in La Coruña. Now, you know, we've gone south by this point anyway, so the weather's naturally going to get better in this part of the world. Lots to do there in the north of Spain. In fact, that's quite a nice place to go and search for sun anyway, isn't it? In Spain, people often go, right, okay, we've done our summer if we got one in the first place, so let's go and have a few days in Spain in October. Still really lovely temperatures, and you cruise into Vigo. Then we cruise into Lisbon. Now, Lisbon, capital of Portugal, great city to go and explore. Lots of historical sites to see, great shopping as well. Nice weather here as well at this time of the year without the crowds, which will be lovely. Then we've got a day at sea, and then we're into Ponta Delgada. Ponta Delgada in the Azores, you always know that your next bit of sailing is going to be across the Atlantic. This is kind of like your gateway to the Atlantic for us, really, for transatlantic cruises. Beautiful, beautiful island. Then we go across the pond for a few days of cruising to Nassau in the Bahamas, which again has lots and lots of lovely, warm Bahamas, sandy beaches, blue seas, snorkeling, water adventures, going to be amazing. Then we arrive into Miami. Now, here we go with another coach transfer for you. We are there waiting for you at the port in Miami. When you come off the ship, we are now going to transfer you up to Orlando, which is wonderful. And we're not just taking you there to the airport. We haven't driven 3 hours for nothing. We are going to stay in a hotel in Orlando on International Drive for 3 nights. Now, 3 nights is more than enough time for you to have pre-arranged with our team, get suggestions from them as well, which of the theme parks you want to get covered, because there are quite a few of them. If you want to talk to the team about booking tickets, it's not just about theme parks Orlando as well. There are wonderful outdoor parks. There's downtown Orlando as well. There's amazing shopping. It's actually a really, really interesting place to be. I love being in America anyway. Just, you know, just the vibe, the restaurants, just listening to the accent, just seeing what's happening, the different kind of bars and entertainment they have in America just fascinates me. And if you haven't been there, listen, you never need to go into a theme park to appreciate Orlando for what it is. And then after your 3-night hotel stay there, of course, will include your flight back to the UK. Bear in mind and remember that if you're flying back to Manchester, Birmingham or Glasgow, we've started your holiday by meeting you in Manchester, Birmingham or Glasgow for that coach transfer down to Southampton to start the cruise. And the good news is, with this offer, it is completely and utterly exclusive to us, this package at Cruise1st. It's for October next year, remember. So this is something we can put the plans in place right now, and it's for next year. 18 nights in all. It's the 2-week cruise on Independence of the Seas from Southampton through Spain and Portugal and the Azores, then across the pond to Nassau in the Bahamas, ending in Miami. Coach transfer. Don't worry, you're not driving. Coach driver will do that. Transferring you up to Orlando for your 3-night hotel stay there and your flight back to the UK. Plus, of course, that coach transfer, as I mentioned before, if you're flying back into Manchester, Birmingham or Glasgow, we'll meet you in those cities and transfer you by coach down to Southampton to start your cruise. And look at this price tag. I mean, listen. You've got to get your low deposits down on this right now. That means getting your hands on it as simply as calling the number 0800 953 4700 and saying, right, that's it. Book me 2 places on that. Thank you very much. Deposits today, £249 each. So if it's just you 2 going as a couple, fabulous. Maybe 4 of you want to share a cabin. Maybe you want to go away with friends. Maybe you want to take generations of the family. Maybe there's a big birthday for someone or some kind of celebration that you think, actually, wouldn't that be nice to do in a completely different way? I mean, this is a 2-week holiday as well, remember, on a Royal Caribbean ship that's very, very popular and has been updated again and again and again, which is amazing. And you are getting far more cruise than you would expect for this kind of money. And bear in mind, that's not just your cruise out to the Caribbean and ultimately to Miami. It's also your 3-night stay in Orlando. It's a lovely 2-week holiday. In fact, it's beyond a 2-week holiday, isn't it? It's 18 nights. There's me thinking it was 14. No, 14 is the cruise from Southampton out to Miami. Then you've got your 3 nights in Orlando and your flight back to the UK. So it's 18 nights all told at 1,499. Here's your upgrades, by the way. So, and I would, on this one, if you want to go balcony on this one, remember you've got a lot more sea days on an itinerary like this. You might well want to get the balcony snapped up straight away because they will sell out first. And we've already got hundreds of Cruise1st TV customers already booked onto this holiday as well. So if you want to go for the ocean view or balcony, while they're still there, jump on it. 0800 953 4700. Now, there are more ways that you can end this holiday as well. So we've got some other options for you for the end of the cruise. Now, what you can do on this one is swap your Orlando stay for a 3-night hotel stay in New York, still 18 nights. So your 3 nights in Orlando would just become 3 nights in New York. So that would be your extra flight from Miami to New York and your 3 nights there. And that would make the package 1,899. We've got solo prices next to these as well, and they're very close to solo prices. So I'd have a look at this. Maybe you want to swap your Orlando for Vegas. Yeah, brilliant. So still the 14-night cruise, but then 3 nights in a Vegas hotel. So we'll fly you obviously from Miami to Vegas. 1,699, the price on that, RC554. Or maybe you want to add Indy's next cruise from Miami, 3 nights going to Nassau again in the Bahamas, and Perfect Day at Coco Cay, which is their private resort, of course, out in the Bahamas, which is a really, really highly rated resort as well. You can do that from 1,699. So instead of your price on the left, if you want to swap Orlando for New York, it's the top option, RC553. If you want to swap it for Vegas, it's the middle one, RC554. And if you want to swap it for an extra 3 nights on Indy, then it's RC555. Fabulous. Right, slick back your hair and pack your poodle skirts for a larger-than-life take on Broadway's hit musical Grease, because it's on board Independence of the Seas. Let's go and have a quick look on stage right now. This is great. Full production show included in the price of your cruise, so you can watch everyone jiving and slicking and singing those songs that you absolutely love. Tell me more, tell me more. You can do it all. You can sing along with Look at Me, I'm Sandra Dee and Beauty School Dropout and Greased Lightning. Yeah, I love it. Brilliant. You can do all of that and go and see it on board Indy, because it's the big production show on there included in the price of your cruise. So don't forget, don't miss out on that. And I'm looking forward to hearing all about that when you go as well. I know it's next October. It's good to put some plans in place right now, especially with your low deposits. Remember, it's just £249 each to book this deal right now. And there's so much included in that price tag. It's really, really popular already. We've got hundreds of people booked on this already. It's not going until next October. That's how good a deal it is. If you'd like to add your name to the reservation list, 0800 953 4700. Talk to friends, talk to family. Maybe you've got a big family occasion coming on, and this is, you know, a bit more than a weekend in Amsterdam, isn't it? This would be a great way to celebrate, wouldn't it? Anyway, listen, thank you so much for your company. As always, you stay right there, because we're just changing to another fabulous show on the way soon. Bye-bye.